Hello, everyone. I hope you are safe and well. And I will record today my next lesson. If you remember, last time we talked about, uh, well, after the lesson about nouns, two later words or two later nouns. I taught you the Amharic subject pronouns, ine, I, you, ante, አንቺ, እናንተ, እነሱ, they, እሷ, she, እሱ, he, and እኛ, we. And so today as well, you can go and refer back the lesson that I did on Amharic subject pronouns. That was a wonderful lesson, and you can go and see it back again. So today I will continue teaching you the verb to be. How are those personal subjective pronouns conjugated with the verb to be? How do you say I am in Amharic? And how do you say we are in Amharic? How do you say they are? He is, she is, it is, and so on. So I'll go, without further ado, I'll go and start the lesson about the verb to be's and how they are conjugated with personal subjective pronouns in Amharic. But just before that, a little bit about this background you see here. It is my own picture taken by my LG phone, and it is from Colorado, Boulder, Colorado, right from the mountain down to the view down to the city of Boulder. It's magnificent, and it's not taken from the internet or anywhere else. It's just my own picture, and you can make your own background by taking pictures from such views. Okay, that's just a little bit of answer to your question of where is this and what is this. So it is Boulder, Colorado. Okay, let me go to the lesson that I prepared for you for today, and it is going to be about subjective pronouns. Just give me a sec. Okay, here we go. The verb to be conjugated with the subjective personal pronouns in Amharic. So the first one is ene, ne. So the neng is am part. I am. So I is ene, am is neng. Ene, neng. And this is the example sentence. Ene, you can read the English down here, the Amharic in English alphabet or Latin transliteration. It's called transliteration. When you write one language, the sound of one language in another alphabet, like the sounds of Amharic or the words of Amharic in English alphabet. So this is called transliteration, and this is the transliteration or the reading, the pronunciation part of this Amharic. But my first few lessons, like the first three lessons, were about the alphabet. because the alphabet in Amharic is the key for learning the language. Once you study the alphabet, and you can read and write, despite that you don't understand the meaning or the vocabulary of what you read and what you write. So, Ene Amlaku Neng. Ene Astamari Neng. I am Amlaku. I am a teacher. Ene Amlaku Neng. Ene Astamari Neng. Astamari is teacher. So, Ene Neng. Ante Nech. Ante Nech. So the B part here is Nech. See here, this is the B part. Ante Nech. Let me just enlarge a little bit the whole thing if it is possible. So you can view, I will try to enlarge the size of the text if it is possible. I hope it will. So, Ante Nech, Ante Gobez Nech. Ante is, yeah, it is much better. Here, Ante Nech. Ante Nech, you are. Ante Gobez Nech, you are clever. Gobez is clever. Gobez is clever. The next pronoun is Anchi. Anchi Nesh. So the is part, you are, the R part, Anchi Nesh. So Nesh here is equivalent to R. Anchi is you feminine. So Anchi Nesh, you feminine R. Anchi Gobas Nesh. So mine, Amharic is once you, it builds up. So the subject pronoun, when I taught you the subject pronoun, you had something, and now when I teach you the verb to be, you have something. And the next lesson will be based on this one. So all verbs conjugated, all verbs are conjugated this way. So the verb to be, understanding the verb to be, the pattern, how the verb to be is conjugated with the different pronoun, the subject pronouns, will help you understand how the rest, other verbs are conjugated. So every lesson will be connected to each other, to one another. And the pattern will help you to learn. So if it is he is nech, he is a masculine marker most of the times, and she is a feminine marker most of the times. Well, language, as you know, in English or other languages or your own native language, you know that languages are full of exceptions. But we take the general pattern or the general rules. So she is a feminine marker. Anchi, nesh. Let's move on. Nante, you plural, nachu. So the English you is three in Amharic, like you masculine singular, you feminine singular, and you plural. And likewise, the conjugation of the verb be will be different. In English, you just say you are, and that's it. But in Amharic, you say you feminine, you masculine singular, you say ante nech, nech. So the verb be is conjugated into nech. You feminine singular, amchi nesh. So the verb be is conjugated into nesh. And you plural, you plural are is conjugated into nante nachu. So the verb be in plural form is nachu here for second person plural. And third person singular, he, isu, you can see here. Oh, sorry. Um, Isu is um, Isu he no is Isu no. Um, Give me a second. Isu no. Isu hakim no. Isu hakim no. Hakim is another new word, which is he is a doctor. He is a doctor. Hakim is a doctor, medical doctor. Um, or um, well, so here I'm giving you some example sentences um, with every I mean each pronoun, and this thing here you see is key to Amharic grammar. Uh, in Amharic, the sentence structure is subject, object, or complement, and verb. So every sentence in Amharic ends up with verbs. The verbs come final position in Amharic sentences. But in English, it's the reverse. English is subject, verb, object, or complement. Object, complement, this is somehow very grammatical, and if you don't understand the grammar of a language, I mean, if you don't have the technical terms like complement, what is complement and what is the difference between complement and object, is something that we will deal later, something purely grammatical grammar. But just to give you an example, all the sentences here we make using verb to be's are subject, um, complement, and verb. So we have the subject here, isu. Isu. Let me just take the. You can also use the English uh, transliteration. Here are the Amharic written in English alphabet. So isu hakim no. So isu is the subject. Hakim is the complement. It's not an object, but it is a complement because it's with a linking verb no. So it describes the subject. It doesn't uh, transfer action from the subject to the object, but it just links or describes the subject. So that's why this is called a complement. It just completes the sentence. Uh, Okay, so Isu Hakim no. Hakim is doctor, a medical doctor. Um, the other personal pronoun is swa. Iswa nat or nutch. I have said in my pronoun lesson, in my previous lesson, that nutch is a townish expression of the verb be, the townish variation of the verb be, but nat is the proper nationwide Amharic. Iswa nat. Iswa hakim nat. Iswa hakim nat. She is a doctor. She is a doctor. Inya nen. Inya nen. Inya is the pronoun we, and nen is the verb are. So inya nen. Inya Amerikawian nen. Inya Amerikawian nen. Inya Amerikawian nen is here. Amerikawian is the subject. I mean the complement, which means Amerikawian means Americans. So we will be talking about how do we address the different nationalities. How do we say we are Americans, Ethiopians, or how do we say that for masculine singular and feminine singular? How do we say for um, plural? How do we say I am from Ethiopia, or I am from America. How do we say that? That will be one lesson by its own. I mean, on its own. And let's proceed. እነሱ ናቸው እነሱ ናቸው እነሱ ደጎች ናቸው ደግ is kind እነሱ ደጎች ናቸው እነሱ is they ናቸው is the variant of are. I mean the conjugation form of are the verb be with the pronoun they. እነሱ ናቸው እነሱ ደጎች ናቸው እርስዎ ነዎት እርስዎ ነዎ or ነዎት እርስዎ ክፉ ነዎት ክፉ is unkind, the opposite of or the antonym of kind, unkind. ክፉ ደግ ክፉ well, it's a contradiction. It's just so is a respect form of you, and then after you respect, saying you are unkind is not a very good example sentence, but I brought this here just so you can learn the vocabulary. Deg, and then you say kafu. The antonym or the opposite for deg will be kafu. So it just to I introduced this just to help you learn a little bit of the vocabulary as well. Okay, so these are this is how verb be the verb be is conjugated with the different the different pronouns, subjective personal pronouns in Amharic. So let me just quickly go to revise this one using a different slide. So to revise the personal pronouns, the subjective personal pronouns, and the verb be conjugated according to the different subjective personal pronouns in Amharic. They look like these ones. Let's just revise again. What you see on the left here are the subjective personal pronouns in Amharic, and all of these are the verb to be conjugated forms. I am using the Amharic, purely the Amharic, with the understanding that you have studied the alphabet. If you can't read this right now, go back and to the first and second lessons and study the alphabet. Learning Amharic without studying the alphabet will be weird. It just is like any other language. The key for learning the language is learning the alphabet. And that is very unique. I have said that in my previous lessons. That's unique. I mean, that's much more important in Amharic than could be in other languages. Because Amharic is a phonetic language, and you don't have any problem in pronunciation or in writing, like or in spelling, like you have silent letters in English, but we don't have silent letters in Amharic. So every vowel and consonant are combined, blended together, and they created one sound, like ne. Here, the ne is n and e, n, e. So ne. Ne is a combination of a consonant n and a vowel e. Ne, ne. So if you have not studied the alphabets, the Amharic alphabet, and if you can't read this right now, go back to the first and second lessons. Look for the videos of lesson 1 and 2 and most probably there's 3. So the first few lessons are purely on the alphabet. That's why I'm just using the Amharic. It's with the understanding that, with the assumption that you have studied the alphabet and you can recognize each and every character. So this is ne, ante, አንቺ፣ እናንተ፣ እሱ፣ እሷ፣ እኛ፣ እነሱ፣ እርስዎ፣ እኔ I, አንተ you masculine singular, አንቺ you feminine singular, እናንተ you plural, እሱ he, እሷ she, እኛ we, እነሱ they, እርስዎ you respect, you polite. And here there is one pronoun that is not included, from the English pronouns. That's it. It in Amharic is either isu or iswa, because everything in Amharic has either male gender or female gender. So if you address a very beautiful, small, let's say car, you may say iswa. Or if you're talking about a big, huge truck or a car, you say isu. It's funny and interesting. Most of the times, objects which are big, strong, or kind of masculine, they are referred or addressed as masculine. And beautiful, small, or just soft kind of objects are addressed as iswa. So this is how women are perceived in the mindset of Ethiopians, and that's how language is a portrait of the society's mindset, a society's mindset. So women are, this is much more philosophical than it is linguistics. So I'll just stop there and say that any object or animal, whatever, that can be addressed as it in English would be addressed as either as isu or iswa. Masculine it, isu, and feminine it, iswa. The same as he and she. And on the right side here, coming to revise, I'm just revising, and to revise the verb to be, you say here, am, neng. Here, I have put the English translation as well. So you say, ene neng, I am. Ante nech, you are. You, singular, masculine. You are. But the key here, antenek, is, as I said in the previously, this it is a townish variant, or they use in towns and cities, mostly the Addis Ababa kind of variation. I can't call this slang. It's not slang, but it's just a simple variation of a phonetic variation. Instead of saying he, they say k. Endeminek, antenek, and instead of saying endeminek, antenek, anchi nesh. You are feminine, nesh. So the verb neng is am, nech are, nesh are, nachu are, no is, not is, none are, nacho are, they are, and no, you are, you respect or polite are. So the verb to be is this much simple, but it's not. But it is basic. Despite I say it is simple, it's very basic because this gives you a principle or a pattern for conjugating other verbs with the different subjective personal pronouns. So the ni all the time goes with any. So for example, ስጠኝ, give me, ፈልገኝ, find me, ንገረኝ, tell me, ni. The conjugation goes with the verb, the different verbs is ni. And then አንተ ነህ, and then if you go መጣህ, for example, you come, መጣህ, ሰጠህ, ጨረስህ. So the h goes with the is a pattern in for conjugating, or a principle, a basic guideline for conjugating other verbs with this pronoun. And the she again is with anchi, with the feminine, with feminine you. Anchi, nesh, metash, belash, tetash, hedge. All verbs finish with she. When I say all verbs, there could be exceptions. I can't guarantee because languages are full of exceptions. There is no one rule which can work across all mm, platforms in the language. So with that understanding that this is the general trend, እናንተ, or the general rule, ናችሁ, so መጣችሁ, በላችሁ, ሄዳችሁ, ኖራችሁ, አላችሁ. So all of the verbs conjugated, I mean, most generally, the who is the how. I mean, it shows, the who shows you that verbs are conjugated with እናንተ, you, plural. እሱ ነው, እሱ. You see here, there is an exception. So this is a little bit different. So the verbs conjugated with እሱ will be እሱ መጣ, እሱ በላ, እሱ ጠጣ. So that will be a little bit different. This is generally, I mean, different from the rest of the pronouns. And እሷ ነች, or not. So here the nech comes dominant when you conjugate the other words with swa, like swa metach, swa balach, swa hedech. So the chi will be the dominant suffix for conjugating verbs with the subject pronoun swa. Nen is እኛንን, we are, and verbs conjugated with እኛ will be መጣን, በላን, ጠጣን, ሄድን. So the n will be a marker for, or other verbs are conjugated the same way as the verb be. So it's basic and very important to study the verb to be taking time. And that's why this is basic and important, and that's why I'm taking longer time on this lesson, just on this lesson. እነሱ ናቸው, እነሱ, they are, ናቸው. So again, the same as እሱ, the conjugation for other verbs will not be much the same as the verb be. Because እነሱ በሉ, እነሱ ጠጡ, እነሱ, but basically it's the same as you go, as you advance in the learning in your Amharic lesson, and as you understand more, you will see the connection. It's not a direct connection. You don't find this character wu as you could find n or ni in the as suffixes in the verb conjugation, but the pattern will be the same because it will be second order in the alphabet. Wu, belu, wu, tatu, U. So you have the U sound. Okay. And last is also the conjugated form, I mean the polite form of you, and that will be so no or so not. So bellu, so that too, so it goes on like they. The conjugation will go will be treated as they. Um, you say እነሱ በሉ እርስዎ በሉ እርስዎ መጡ እነሱ መጡ. So the conjugation of other verbs will be treated the conjugation of other verbs with the pronoun እርስዎ polite plural you, I mean polite you will be treated as እነሱ. Okay, so once you have the verb to be, the subjective pronoun, the subjective personal pronouns, and then the verb to, the conjugation, how they are used with the verb be, and then you can create or make your own sentences. እኔ ነኝ, you can say እኔ ነኝ, that's a sentence by itself. እኔ ኢትዮጵያዊ ነኝ, then you're saying I am Ethiopian. እኔ አስተማሪ ነኝ, እኔ አስተማሪ ነኝ. I'm a teacher. እኔ ጎበዝ ነኝ, I am smart, I'm clever. So by having just the subject pronoun and then the verb be, you can practice making sentences. You can use whatever vocabulary you know, especially in terms of describing people, like describing yourself as you are a male, you are a female, or you are a teacher, you are a doctor, you are a clever, you are smart, whatever. And then you can apply that to other subject pronouns like አንተ ጎበዝ ነህ, አንተ ኢትዮጵያዊ ነህ, አንተ ዶክተር ነህ, አንተ አስተማሪ ነህ, አንቺ አስተማሪ ነሽ, አንቺ ዶክተር ነሽ, አንቺ ኢትዮጵያዊ ነሽ, አንቺ ጎበዝ ነሽ. The same thing. እናንተ አስተማሪ ናችሁ, እናንተ ኢትዮጵያውያን ናችሁ, እናንተ ዶክተሮች ናችሁ. So that way you can practice. And just to keep it short today, let me just dedicate the whole time for pronouns. And that's, subjective personal pronouns and verb be. And next time I will have verb to have, and then I will proceed with introducing other lessons like days of the week, months of the year in Amharic, and then that way we will advance, we will progress in our Amharic lessons. That's it for today. Thank you so much, and please share and comment, and let me know your opinions by writing them down in the comment section. And I hope you found it enjoyable, you like it, and let me know that. Thank you so much. Stay safe. See you with my next lesson. Bye-bye.